bandana from the 1990s. So this bandana has been around since around 1995. And we have, of course, an original on-time backhoe slash Rockscapes Michael FAZIO shirt. This is an original shirt with paint and everything, but white paint, not yellow paint, because we have a yellow shirt. So this shirt is actually one of the ones I had made up back in somewhere around 98 or 99. So this shirt is 20 years, 1998, 108, 118, and 6. So that's 26 years old, this shirt is. So these shirts made by Jerzees, Jerzees, Jersey shirts. I think I paid $12 each for these shirts. They lasted 20 years. Now, of course, I didn't wear them every day for 20 years, but they are 20 years old, these original Rockscapes, baby. So let's go over some of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Jimmy Dore show. We're also going to talk about my playlist, which has well over 100 videos describing the great state of Israel and how they are performing God's work here on earth. That's according to my Bible scholar, Louis Paganpants. The great state of Israel is performing God's work here on earth. And how is that possible? We'll get into that momentarily. We're going to talk about, I'm going to post now, I'm going to go to my channel and make sure that I'm live, because sometimes I've been having a lot of problems with this phone. The phone will no longer go on landscape. No longer. They couldn't get it on landscape at the mall the other day, even though it would go on landscape mode 2 weeks ago. It will no longer. But I can record videos in landscape, so that's a good thing. So let's go here to my home page, my channel. How do I get there? Let's go here to my channel. And then make sure that we're live, and then we'll talk about the 6 or 7 topics, including Popeye 1, including the great and honorable Barry Jordan, who does not listen. My God, Barry, if you're listening to this, I have to. I had tears in my eyes with the video that you posted last night and then took down. The words, "you don't listen to reason or rationale," they have no bearing equating the great Barry Jordan and the words, "you don't listen." Those words in the same sentence are like an oxymoron on steroids. I gotta tell you, Barry, I begged you, I asked you nice, I pleaded with you in my live streams before to just remain quiet. Talk about what it's like living in detention, talk about the view you have, talk about something else, but don't talk about your adversary, because you may not believe it and it may not be true, but he might just well be gathering up more information and it might work against you. So let's go to my live stream itself. I see that we do have comment here on the page. I'm going to Querito. That's what Querito Tigra. Do you do tell, what the hell did the Alabama Bat do. Okay, so do tell. Okay, because you have been a contributor financially and emotionally to my channel. Sure don't need my glasses on for that. Uh, Last night, I was getting ready to go outside and take a bath, and he started a live stream. I wasn't able to grab it. I wish I would have. And I was laughing so hard. The neighbors could hear me, and they were talking to me that they could hear me laughing that hard. They were going, "What's so funny?" And I go, "You wouldn't understand." But Barry made one of the funniest live streams, how he was gonna, the things, I didn't grab the live stream, but he is absolutely sure he's done nothing wrong and there's no evidence. That was what made me laugh, because I have seen many videos by different vloggers, and I would say that that would be a false statement that he made. But I can't be sure because I'm not a court of law. But he was going on, and I will do and say whatever I want. I will do this, and my brother, and this could happen, and you don't know. You don't know what anybody looks like. And there was enough statements made to make me, I was laughing out loud. He finally made me laugh out loud. So thanks for that. Barry, everybody wishes you luck, and everybody wishes you would just stop talking about the case that apparently, when I woke up this morning, there is counterproductive or counter evidence against what you said. Man, oh man, you are one funny dude, Barry. You give us hours of endless laughter. So moving on, he is just one of my topics for today. We're going to talk about the flat Earth, and the Earth is flat. I had a conversation with a friend of mine not so long ago who is in fact a pilot. It would not be John Blaze. He has yet to admit the Earth is flat. John Blaze is a baller. They call them ballers because of his lack of awareness of what he does for a living. He believes, or does not believe, that the Earth is flat, and yet he's a pilot. So it shows me that pilots can be wrong, especially someone that can fly a Chinook and still doesn't see that the Earth is flat. In order to make it simple for a pilot, when a pilot is flying, there has to be the use of gyroscopes. We're going to just sample out. We'll give John Blaze another 2 minutes of information. Let him do with what he wants. He won't even watch a flat Earth video. That's his downfall. Anyone that watches some of the more serious flat Earth videos and does the mental experimentation that they do in the flat Earth has to come to the realization that the Earth is flat. It doesn't matter. It says it in the Bible, and it says it in the Quran, that the Earth is stationary, built on 4 pillars. I think it was Deuteronomy, but I'm not real sure about that. So, but the Earth is flat and stationary. It says it in, now, but it also says it in the Upanishads. It says it in multiple different ancient philosophies. So with John Blaze, because we didn't give him his 2 minutes of fame here, if a pilot is flying across the ocean, the sea, that's where we get the term sea level. See, that's one of the mistakes. They left that word in the diction. They should have removed the word sea level from the diction, and then they would have a better grasp on proving that the Earth is round. But if you are flying over a body of water, like the ocean, from America to the Philippines, and you are flying on roughly 4,000 miles. It's less than 4,000, but we're going to fly with 4,000. And your aircraft does not have a declination, a downward drop, all constantly, every 30 seconds, every minute. In 1 hour's time, you will be not 30,000 feet above the Earth's surface, but you will be 31 miles above the Earth's surface, moving up into the stratosphere. In 2 hours, you will be into the fictitious thing that they call space. And that doesn't exist as it's depicted either. Can't. It's impossible for space/vacuum to exist. Because, going back to John Blaze, if you are flying at a straight and level flight path, and the Earth was curved at 8 inches to the mile squared, at some point, at 300 miles from your point of origin, you would be 600 miles above the Earth. 600 or 10 miles. 10 miles higher than the Earth's surface. 10. Either way, when you reach 300 miles, I forgot what it is, but you'd be 300 miles high if you travel, or 400 miles. It's something like that. So if you fly for 2 hours, 1 hour, you'd be, 30 miles in 1 hour above the Earth if you didn't do a declination. Or could it be 400 miles? Maybe it's 500 miles. Either way, the Earth is curving, right? And no one has ever gone across the Atlantic Ocean and felt the plane go down like this every 30 seconds. So you could be, in 5 minutes, you could be 5,000 miles above the curvature of the Earth. Or you could be 300 miles above the curvature of the Earth in 10 minutes. Or 22 minutes, you could be 10,000 miles higher than the surface of the Earth. But if you were 100 miles out, you'd be 8 miles higher than the surface of the Earth, flying at sea level. So the numbers, it's a calculation. 8 inches per mile squared. So you can do the math for yourself. But we could do it, I could do it with you. Let's just go to the chart that's on YouTube, on Google. Yeah, let's do it like that. Because let's turn this around and let's go up onto the screen. First, we got to go here. We got to go here. We got to get this up here. If you want to support my channel, I have a PayPal that works just fine. If you're interested in supporting, if you can afford it, that would be nice. And of course, I see a lot of you read my notice, so thanks for watching. And I probably won't take the time to answer a bunch of people's chat, and I have my reasons for that. So let's pin this to the top of the page. Okay, so let's go up here and let's do the calculations that the world, the Jewish leaders of Google, YouTube, and the world, they are all in agreement. Let's put it in writing so you can see the truth, justice, in the American way, like stupid Superman. So let's see. Curvature, C-U-R-V-E, curve of Earth, calculation, Earth calculation, CALCULATION, formula, calculation for, so you can Google this yourself. So, what is the formula for calculating curvature? How is the curvature of the Earth measured? Okay, so this one is a little bit more complicated. What is the formulating for curvature of the Earth? Of Earth. Did I not put this in? Curvature of Earth. That's the curvature of a path, okay? It doesn't want to give you, it knows what I want too. Curvature, C-U-R. So let's get curvature. Let's copy that word there. Curvature. Curvature of. Oh, I put down on, not of. It should have been of. Earth. Okay, let's re-ask that question with the proper words. Curvature of Earth formula. Oh, and here we are. Too complicated. 8 inches per mile squared. Curvature of the Earth. Curvature of the Earth. Curvature. These are all. Oh man, they don't want to give you. They don't want to give you the answer. They don't want to give you the answer. Curvature of the Earth, 8 inches. Curvature formula of the Earth. Oh, they are getting cute. This is censorship. Curvature formula of Earth's. It used to pop right up, surface. Oh, Google. They don't want you to know the truth. Let's try this. Earth's curvature calculation. Oh boy. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. They won't even open up the page now. Oh, there it is. Curvature of the Earth. Okay, so distance to the object, eyesight, let's check this out. Oh, they're making this really hard. Curvature of the Earth per mile. Here we go. How large is the curvature of the Earth then, as we don't notice it? It's the number I gave you, 8 inches per mile, as the most accurate measurement. That means that every mile between you and an object, the curvature will obstruct 8 inches of the object's height. Let's get that into the notes. Let's get this into the notes. Bill Smith. Hey, Bill Smith. Hey, Mike. Hey, Bill Smith. So this is the standard formula for the curvature of the Earth. It's said a little differently, but 8 inches per mile squared. So if you went, it won't give you, it used to give you the, oh man. So this is what you should see. You should see if John Blaze, if he was going across the ocean and the gyroscopes kept his helicopter on a flight, F-L-I-G-H-T, flight level path, he would have to start out at a certain height. Well, wherever he started out, as his path went over to the right or to the left, the distance to the Earth would increase every mile 8 inches. But it's more than that once you get underway. But let's just say it was 8 inches. So John would have to declimate or decline his aircraft downward every 30 seconds or so. Or within a half an hour, John would be 30 miles above the Earth's surface, because the Earth is curving downward. So he would constantly have to declimate his aircraft, declimation it's called, but constantly downward. Otherwise, in a half an hour, he would be 31 miles above the Earth's surface, traveling at 500 miles per hour. So John, even though he's a pilot of a Chinook helicopter, his brain is not very open to new ideas, because he's wrong. And these calculations prove that John's brain is not functioning properly. That's true. His brain is not willing to accept the truth, because if the Earth was curved, you would constantly have to decline, or you would fly off the Earth. Now, this is called a tangent right here, the center portion. This is a tangent. Any point on a circle is a tangent. So let's just say John was flying off this tangent. This is the airport, okay? When he leaves the airport, in a half hour's time, he'd be 31 miles above the ground. Of course, when he moves to his 30,000 foot elevation, when they go up, right? Planes go up when you take off. And then, but a half an hour later, he'd be 31 miles, not 30,000 feet. Don't confuse 30,000 feet, which is 5 miles, and 31 miles. Don't confuse them. 31 miles is different than 5 miles. John, are you listening? So now, moving on. In an hour, out here somewhere, out here, John Blaze would be I don't remember what the number was, but in an hour he'd be about 100 miles off the surface of the Earth, and he'd be in the stratosphere. The numbers vary. There's a couple of videos out there that do these calculations. So let's take a look. Calculate the distance, radius times the height. This is all a little bit complicated for most people, but those are the numbers. So let's just say, what is the curvature of the Earth? Let's ask it a question. Let's ask Google a question. Curvature of the Earth. Curvature of the Earth and, oh man. That's not what I want. This is more what I want. Curvature of the Earth. Curvature of Earth, and 100 miles. So this shows you that In 100 miles, it's about 1 mile high. So an airplane flies at 8 miles per minute. So in 8 minutes, you'd be about 1 mile high in 8 minutes. Now, curvature, let's take that curvature of the Earth in 1 hour. They fly 600 miles, right? Or 500 miles. 500. Okay, so there you go. 500 miles. What? It's not giving you the answer. All right, we're going to have to go here. Let's see. That means that. It's not giving us the answer. It's not. Why won't it give you the? It knows what the answer is. Curvature of the Earth in 500 miles. It gives you that calculation. Oh my God, they want you to not know the answer to this question. They give this again to you. Distance to the object, eyesight, distance to horizon. Oh, they don't want you to figure this out. How far? They used to give you this, the calculator, to work this out. Either way, in 1 hour's time, or 500 miles, you'd be about 100 miles above the surface of the Earth. So, moving back, Cuerdo, that is where the famous phrase was born, don't go off the tangent. That's right, Cuerdo Tiger. So, it used to give you the exact measurements. It used to give you the calculator to do this information here. And that was the last time I looked. Visual line of sight. People ask, what is the radius? How do you... Oh, this is very upsetting, Google, and all the powers that be. Okay, let's ask Captain Lim. Oh, we have to ask a Chinese guy for an answer to an age-old question. Let's try Captain Lim. Let's see what he has to say. Does a jet plane constantly adjust nose down to follow? Here's the answer. Captain Lim. We got to get it from a Chinese pilot, baby. A Chinese pilot. Ask Captain Lim. My goodness. Here we go. The answer is coming up. Now, I don't believe that the answer is exactly correct, but it's close enough. Let's go back here. Does a jet plane, constantly adjust its nose down to follow the curvature of the Earth? And here's the answer. For a plane traveling horizontally for 500 miles, of Earth is 40, the curvature of the Earth is 31.42 miles. So, that's the answer. What I told you originally. Took a long time to get there, though. Took a really long time to get there. Because they used to give you a calculator. Educate these neophyte space cadets. The Earth is flat. So, here is the answer by Captain Lim. If Captain Lim says so. So, this is a captain. This is an actual Chinese captain. A captain of a jet airplane. This is the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been educated, says Cuerdo Tiger. So it used to give you this curvature of the Earth in 1,000 miles. Let's try 1,000 miles. So Going across the, let's do 3,000 miles. What are we messing around with this for? What are we messing around with these little insignificant numbers for? Let's do 3,000 miles. That's across the ocean. Let's go across the ocean. Let's search this out. Let's search it out, baby. Let's not get fooled here. Curvature of the Earth. Curvature of the Earth. It used to give you this exactly right up front. Here you go. Here's the curvature of the Earth. Curvature of Earth in 3,000 miles. Curvature of Earth in 3,000 miles. It gives you 100 miles. Oh, it's hurting my head. It's hurting my head. Oh, how much curvature? Let's try how much. They are, and this is the same thing that Israel is doing to your news feed. How much curvature of Earth in 3,000 miles? Let's try that. Okay, so Earth's calculator. Calculate the curve you should see. Oh, but this is a complicated formula. It should just give you the answer. See, it doesn't want you to distance. Here we go. Here's the Earth. Oh, we got it. Okay, Earth's curvature calculator. Let's get this into the comments, and I'll get the link up there. My goodness, it took a long time. Captain Lim, he knows. Captain Lim, he knows. He goes. He's a captain. TheEarthsCurve.com. Man, that was hard to get there. John Blaze, are you listening? John Blaze, are you paying attention? Okay, so let's get this posted 3 times. 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 Okay, so here's the Earth calculator. Okay, let's get that into my notes. I got to keep notes, because if I don't have notes, I lose where I'm headed, where I'm going. I'm not having the best of luck with this calculator thing. Boy, they really screwed me up here. Now that we got it, though, let's do it. Let's do it in miles. Let's do the distance. 20 miles. Calculate. You should be 266 feet in 20 miles. 20 miles. Okay? Now let's do 100 miles and see if it comes to the 100 miles. 100 miles. Calculate that, baby. Calculate it. Calculate it, I say. Calculate it. 6,668 feet. It would be 1.2 miles in 100 miles. 1.2 miles should be curved, right? That would mean that John Blaze would have to declimate his aircraft enough to go down towards the horizon 1 mile. But now, let's go 200. Let's go 1,000. Let's skip through all of that. 1,000 miles, baby. Calculate that. I say calculate it. 125 miles. 125 miles. That would mean that John Blaze would have to declimate his airplane 125 miles down towards the surface of the Earth. But if it goes across the ocean, let's say John's helicopter could go 3,500 miles across the ocean. Let's calculate that. He would have to go down towards the earth 1,449 miles. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, when you fly across the ocean, have you ever felt the airplane declimate at all? Ever? Maybe they missed a storm above or below, but they never declimate constantly across the ocean. And that's proof that the earth is flat. You have flown in an airplane and you've never seen the plane, felt the plane, or seen another plane or heard of another plane dipping its nose down to the horizon, because this is how it works there. Let's take this roll of toilet paper, like that. And this is the tangent, and this is the earth, right? This is the earth. This is the earth right here, the round earth. Okay? The tangent. Every time you go this way, you have to go this way. Declination. Every time you go this, decline. It means decline. Every time you go off the tangent a little bit this way, you got to go a little bit that way. A little bit this way, a little bit that way. A little bit this way, a little bit that way. You can't have one without the other on a round earth. John Blaze, therefore, is a baller, because he believes that flying straight and level off his original tangent is going to get him to his destination. And he just did that 3 days ago. He just flew across the ocean and never noticed the plane dipping down. That's why John Blaze, his brain is not functioning properly. His brain he's got insane of the membrane. I have asked him to review one of the videos or several of the videos on the flight. He refuses to watch the video because his brain is on the insane membrane. That's what happens to people. You have been indoctrinated. Now let's talk about indoctrination to the number twos. Oh my God. Some people believe that the twos are God's chosen people, but they're not. God did choose them. God chose the number twos. God freed the number twos from the slavery in Egypt. God did that. And what did the number twos do for God? The number twos, they hardened their hearts against God. Even Moses, Moses himself hardened his heart against the God of Israel, hell. And he hardened his heart and he doubted God. He doubted God for a split second. And God said, because you have hardened your heart, you have not put your 100,000 million% faith in God, you will only be able to look at the promised land. These are stories in the Bible. So this is not something I made up. So Moses was allowed to stand on the top of a mountain and see the end result of traversing, which is quite the story, if I might say so. 40 years in the desert. 40 years, I say. 40 years traveling around in the desert, and here's the problem with that. Where did they travel to? How did they travel? In circles, in squares, in rectangular, octagons? Where did they travel for 40 years that they never saw the Great Pyramid? They traveled in the desert for 40 years and they never seen the Great Pyramid. No mention of the Great Pyramid in the Bible, although there is a Bible that mentions the Great White Stone in the desert. That's the only reference to the Great Pyramid in any of the 13 Bibles that I used to read or read. I read them all. There's only one mention, one time, of the great white stone in the desert, but not on Moses' journey. 40 years he walked around. 40 years, 40 years, 40 years. I call that an amazing thing. How he walked around for 40 years and never walked past the Great Pyramid. Or the Sphinx, though. The Sphinx. How come there's no mention in the Bible of the Great Pyramid or the Sphinx? Because it disrupts the train of thought of brainwashing you. That's true. That's true. That's why there's no mention of the Great Pyramid or the Sphinx. That's why all of the relics that have been found in recent years have been hidden from you. That's why the pyramids in Mexico and in the different parts of South America have been suppressed. And now that that information is coming out, that information pretty much nullifies the 6,000-year age that God created man. But still Moses, the stories, they're good stories, man, I gotta tell you. If I was sitting down at a movie theater and I was watching the Ten Commandments, I'd want to have some juju beans. Because juju beans are kosher, baby. Did you know that juju beans are kosher beans? But now they took the kosher emblem off. But they used to be kosher, but they're not kosher anymore. So if you go to the movies and you watch, what was that guy's name? The guy, the head, Charlton Heston, the head of the gun club. He'd be that God's chosen. He was condemned. He was hurt. He was a hurting unit. God said, you will never enter into the promised land. Now let's talk about the promised land. Because I have a friend of mine that tells me about the promised land. Let's go back to the video page here. Let's go back here. Okay, so let's see. The promised land. DNC. Think about it. You are having an experience with an almighty God and you get upset. Oh, imagine that God punished Moses for being upset. He punished Moses. He punished those people that he freed from Egypt. Do you not know the stories of the Bible? Does Rabbi Chewbacca in the Philippines have to describe biblical Bible stories to you? Here's the story. Here's the brief synopsis of the story. God, he freed the slaves. After Moses did the tricks with the snake and the pestilence and the water and the red water and all that, the blood in the rivers and all, and the pestilence and putting the blood on the door, on the door knocker thing there. So they get out of Egypt and they get them over to the mountain where they keep the fire on the top of the mountain, the fire of God. And Moses goes up the hill to get the Ten Commandments. And and he's gone for a long time because I think he was, it was a long time. I don't know what he was doing up there. I wasn't there. But if I could go back in history, I would want to go see what Moses was doing on the mountain. What took him so long to get back down? That the Israelites, the Egyptians, hardened their hearts against God. The Egyptians, they made golden images and idols out of gold. And they hardened their hearts. And Moses came down after whatever he was doing up there. I think he was knocking off a piece of trim, personally. But I'm not sure about that. So, because even back then, trim was an important part of life. So, Moses was up there knocking off one piece of trim off to the other. Because God was very good to Moses. He let him out of slavery. So he said, here, for being a good Moses, I give you a piece of trim. Take this piece of trim. It's kind of like the tablet that they give you at Mass to take this piece of trim and eat it. God said to Moses, eat some trim. And Moses ate the trim. This is my body. This is my blood. This is my trim. This is good trim. Knock off a couple of pieces of trim. Give those people some time down there to relax. So Moses got a piece of trim. He's knocking off one piece of trim after the other. And God's going, have you had enough trim yet? And Moses goes, not yet. And God gave him some more trim. Moses knocked off some more trim. He was up there for a long time knocking down trim. And the trim that he knocked off, he finally had enough. Of course, they didn't invent the blue pill at that time. And his Komasikiyama was ready to go down the hill. In fact, the Komasikiyama was pointing downhill towards the freed slaves. So the Komasikiyama's pointing, time to go, Moses. God puts the trim away for another day, and Moses gets down the hill, and Moses sees that they made an idol. Oh, at a golden calf. They melted all the jewelry that they took from the Egyptians and the gold and the rubles and like that stuff there, and they made and now Moses, he breaks the tablets, and he's thinking he's going to get some more trim, but no, that didn't happen. So God is very mad at the Egyptian slaves, ex-Egyptian slaves, especially after he farted and the waters parted. God farted and the waters parted, and then they got to go across the Red Sea. So when God farted and the waters parted, they got to go. God farted. He farted and he farted and he farted until the waters parted, and that's how the waters got parted. So then God said to Moses, because you hardened your hearts, I will make you walk through the desert for 40 years, and you will have nothing but manna to eat. Manna. And manna means money or some sort of wealth. But at the time, manna only grew in the morning. It grew, it was like a fungus, and it grew on the ground. So in the morning, all the trim had to get together with their baskets and fill up the baskets with manna. So that was the first job for the trim. It should have been kept like that, where the trim have to go out every morning and fetch the food for the men, but it didn't work out like that. So the trim went out, and they got the manna from the desert, and then everybody ate. And then you could put manna in special jars, because on certain holidays there was no manna, so you had to save the manna. So the trim had to work twice as hard, which I kind of like that idea. I like the idea that trim have to work for their manna. Money. The money matters to the trim. So the trim went out, they gathered in baskets the manna from heaven. And you could look all this stuff up in the Bible. Oh, wait, we have Cuerdo, we have DNC. Oh, I see the comments down here. DNC says they actually only traveled for 1 month. Oh, how do you know that? I would want to go back and I'd want to knock off some of the trim too. God trim? Imagine what the God trim looked like back then. Boy, oh boy. Oh, think about it. DNC says they actually only traveled for 1 month. They had to wait 39 years and 11 months for their wives to get ready. I thought I was mistaken, but apparently I was Rabbi Chewbacca in the Philippines. I thought I was mistaken, but I made a mistake thinking I was mistaken. I thought that I forgot that story. But the trim part, that's true though, right? So God said, you will travel through the desert for 1 month, and that's just as much punishment. How many of us have been outside in a car waiting for the trim to get ready? How many of us have been outside in a car waiting for the trim to get ready 20 minutes after we were supposed to be where we were supposed to be, and the trim ain't ready. And then they come outside and they stand outside the driver's window and they go, how do I look? How do I look? The things that we have to put up with for a piece of trim. So, thanks for that jubilation, DNC. DNC had an epiphany. Queer Tigers said, it is said that 40 years of going around in circles was God ensuring the death of the older generation that made the golden calves. That's true. That's right, because people only lived about 40 years. But Moses was granted long life so he could see where the trim was going. What the hell am I talking about, knocking down trim? Mike goes off the deep end. But what was Moses doing up on the top of the mountain for all that time? Why did they have to wait? Why were they waiting for Moses at the bottom of the mountain? What was he doing? What else was he doing? He wasn't talking to God. Well, he could have been talking to God, but what did God then give him something to do when he was waiting for the 10 Commandments to be scribbled up? The scribbling of the 10 Commandments? Dude, you know how long it takes to carve all them words on stone? First, you got to get the stone. First of all, where did those tablets come from? Moses was cutting the stone tablets out of the rocks by the fireplace. And then in between at night, you think that Moses wants to lay down alone? No, Moses said to God, he goes, if I'm up here working, how about a piece of trim? And God said, yeah, you could have some trim. What, here's all the trim you can take. And then when his Komosikiyama stopped working, it was facing down, time to go down the mountain. That's how long it took Moses to get the tablets made. This is a true story. This is a true story. It's as true as the Bible. At least that's true. You got talking snakes, you got pestilence, you got goats floating around somewhere in the picture, lambs, sheep, blood. You got the heart, the Pharaoh's heart, even after he saw the miracles. It's a miracle, I tell you, that he wouldn't bow down to God. It's a big story. It's a good story, though. It's a good story. Not a bad story. Then who's against Moses having a little bit of trim anyway? Moses deserved all the trim. He saved the people. Moses was an expat. Moses was expat in Egypt. He gets the trim. That's how he got out of Egypt. He expatriated himself from Egypt, went on to the mountain, and he got trim. It's expat trim. I'm surprised they haven't featured Moses in expat trash of the Philippines by now. All the trim that Moses was knocking down after he got out of Egypt, I can't believe they haven't expated trashed him on the trash of the expat trash. I'm telling you, Moses was knocking down trim like an expat in the Philippines. That's why I say trim. That's why, Queerdo Tiger, when Queerdo Tiger asks a question, Rabbi Chewbacca feels the need to answer the question. Mike is narrating the Bible like Bugs Bunny narrated the history of the United States of America. That's true. So Moses knocked off all the trim, went down the mountain with the tablets. And you know what those tablets actually represent, right? You people, you think that you're so smart. When Moses got down to the mountain, from the mountain, off the mountain, when he was done trimming everything up. When Moses got down, the tablets, Moses knocking off all the trim is it's an analogy to expat of Egypt knocking down trim, right? So that's true. Now, when Moses got down to the bottom of the mountain, he had the tablets, right? You people don't understand how the Jewish scholars have worded the Bible. See, because the Jewish scholars, they have foreknowledge of the future. Those tablets actually represented Xanax. Those tablets were actually made out of Xanax, but they were too big for Moses to consume because he was upset. He was very upset when he got to the bottom of the mountain. They were all running around with the golden calf and the idols and knocking down everybody else's trim. So he couldn't eat the whole tablet because the whole tablet was too much to eat. So he busted those tablets up into tiny 1 and 2 milligram pieces of Xanax. That's why the only thing that kept Moses going for those 40 years was those 2 tablets busted down into 1 and 2 milligram pieces. That's true. That's why he broke the tablets. God provided Moses with trim, and then Moses lost his mind. Moses lost his ability to comprehend what was going on down there. God gave him 2 tablets made out of giant Xanax bars, huge ones, like that big. Moses broke those bars up into tiny 1 and 2 milligram pieces, and for the 40 years that Moses was going through the desert, he ate 1 or 2 Xanax bars whenever he got a little anxiety. That's true. That you guys don't understand the implications and the Jewish scholars because you don't understand Bible history, how the Bible was written, when the Bible was written, who wrote the Bible. There's another, we're going to talk about the great state of Israel having the children sing a song to annihilate Gaza. Let's show you this right now. Let's go over to the video page. Up, we saw more comment. Mike is narrating. I was narrating like Bugs Bunny. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. Well, let's go here first. No, we got to go here first. Where is that? Here it is, right here. Children of Israel. This is a Jimmy Dore video. And I'm going to put the video title up right now in the description box so you guys can watch this. Okay, so let's go to my channel here. It's going to be in so this is what I was talking about, how God did a play on words with the tablets made out of Xanax, the giant Xanax tablets. The name of this song is Israel Children Call for Gaza Takeover by any and all means. Okay, so this is going to be in the description box, but what I need to do now is find the name of the song for you. And the name of the song is at the end of this video. So you know how I know the timestamps on stuff. No, this is the wrong video. Okay, this is the wrong video. Let's go over here. It's at the end of this video, about maybe an inch before the end. Okay, so Let's go here. It should be right over here somewhere. Should be right there, actually. Okay, so these are some of the words. Love, sanctified with blood. Let's skip ahead. It's called the Friendship Song. Right, the Friendship Song. So I got to put that in. So this song, the words in the song, the Friendship Song. This is how God does a play on words. The Friendship Song. I got to write this down. Hold on a minute. This is complicated. I'm doing this for you. You guys out there that are watching, a little bit of super chat would be nice, considering all the work I'm doing for you, but not from Queerdo Tiger, because he's already donated super chat on several times. I don't want any more money from Queerdo Tiger because I don't. So let's go here. Let's bring this over here. Okay, so where is my here we are. Okay. A little bit of love would be nice. So let's go here and let's put the name of the song down. We have to go down here and then put it in brackets. The THE Friendship, FRIENDSHIP song is the name of the song. And now look at this, is why I was saying before about God doing a play on words, right? So the name of the song is the Friendship Song, right? But look at the name of the author of the song, who published it. The Friendship Song is made by a guy named Rosenbaum Communication. Rosenbaum Communication. This is how the Jewish powers that be do a play on words. The guy's name is Rosenbaum, B-A-U-M, right? That's his real name. You saw that in the video, right? Rosenbaum Communications, right there. That's the name of the video on Jimmy Dore's channel. So this Rosen, I come from New York, so I have a better understanding of how to pronounce this stuff. So Rosenbaum Communications. Where's the video? Let's get back over to the video. Okay, let's get to the video. Let's go here. We have to get to the video. And we have to bring it. This is the original video. And it's right about here. What happened to that part of the video? Is that the right video? No, it's the wrong video, Michael. Okay, that's not the right video. It's the wrong video. Let's get, where is that video? Children of Gaza. Okay, there's the video. Oh, man. This is really hard. You guys want to throw some super chat at the screen? It'd be nice. Okay, so the Friendship Song by Rosenbaum Communications. Rosenbaum Communications. The Friendship Song. But if you take this word Rosenbaum, you can pronounce it B-A-U-M, Baum, or if you were Jewish and you grew up in New York City, you could pronounce it Rosenbaum or Rosenbaum. B-O, not Rosenbaum like B-O-M-B, not like a bomb, but it would sound like the word bomb. This is a play on words, like the Jewish Ten Commandments on the giant Xanax tablets. Same thing, but different. So let's go back here. So that's the name of the Rosenbaum communication, or Rosenbaum or Rosenbaum. It's up to you how you want to. And here is the link. It's a play on words. So I don't know how much of this I'll be able to get into the video. So let's, and then I'll show you some of the words. Oh, you're going to love this. Where is the, here it is, right here. All right, so God did not make a play on words. The songwriter did. Get it right, Mike. The songwriter. I am the guy that writes the songs. Okay, so How Nice by Rosenbaum Communications. Let's see if we could get. We have to put this in here into. If I cut that out? Oh, it's exactly 200. It's exactly 200 characters. I made one cut, and it cut down to exactly 200 characters. Look, if I paste my whole thing in there, it's 338. And I just randomly chose a spot, and I forgot where that spot was now. I forgot where I was. Well, I'll never do it again. But it was 200 characters, a play on words. Okay, so. How nice. Let's just cut it here. Nope, that's not it. Song. Israel, let's just cut it there and we'll see what happens. We'll put it in 2 parts. 99. Nope, that's no good either. Oh, boy. Oh boy, Takeover by Kill by Any Means. How Nice. Let's go by How Nice. Let's cut that out there. Oh yeah, that's it. That'll work now. Okay, so Rosenbaum Communications, Rosenbaum. This is a play on words. Now let me show this fella, Cuerdo Tiger. Let's go right here. I will prove to you that God had given Moses 2 tablets. Moses, M-O-S-E-S. What happened to the words there? Wordsmith and Moses. Moses tablets. And Xanax. Made of Xanax. Let's see what happens then. It should say it, because this is the updated version. Moses tablets are made of Xanax. Plus, well, that's not it. We have made of Xanax. Okay, so Moses' tablets were made of Xanax. I don't think I'm going to get much hits here. Tablets of stone. According to the Talmud, the tablet was square. What are the tablets given to Moses? Oh, here we are. The 2 tablets upon which the 10 Commandments were inscribed. The books of Exodus tells the story of Moses receiving from God tablets made of Xanax, and the testimony inscribed by the finger of God, along with trim. Okay, so there you have it right there. There you have it right there. So let's go back over here and let's put this in there. Let's get the meaning here. Of course, I'm ad-libbing some of this stuff. So, the 2 tablets upon which the 10 Commandments were inscribed, the book of Exodus receives now. If I Googled God gave some trim to Moses, probably not going to get much of a hit on that either. But God gave Moses trim. There's no doubt about that. I'm sure of it. You should be sure. If I'm sure, you should be sure too. Because if I'm sure, you're sure. So now here we go. I'm sure of that. Up again with the Moses. Let's cut that out. Now, let's go back over here. Let's watch the Jimmy. We could Google giant Xanax tablets. Let's see what happened. Biggest Xanax. GIANTZANA. Am I spelling that right? Tablets. TABLETS. Yeah, there they are, right there. That's the tablets. Those are the original tablets that the Ten Commandments. And you could buy these original Xanax tablets on you could buy them on Amazon. But they took the commandments off. I didn't know you could buy these, but I guess, here, they act as a candle. It's a meditation candle. So God gave Moses the original meditation blue pill. Xanax anti-stress soy candle. Natural relaxation, romantic soft glow, impressive realistic detail. Home aesthetic, home decor, living room, bedroom, cute, funny novelty. Who else but God could think of this? God gave Moses the original relaxation trim. This really represents a piece of trim now. Okay, so we should put this right here in the description box as well. Well, let's go back over here. Let's go here. Let's put it in the description box. You guys can Google this later on. I'm here to help. I'm like the government. I'm here to help. So let's see what that's called actually. Xanax pill anti-stress candle. Okay, let's just put that in there. And then you guys know where to buy who to buy what, for when, for Christmas. This would make a great Christmas present, yeah? Okay. Now you guys know, in case you get jammed up for stocking stuffers, you can buy people a Xanax candle. So, let's go back to Jimmy Dore's video. Let's get rid of this. We have to get... I'm going to put the link in the description box in case you guys need to get some stuff for Christmas. Some stocking stuffers. I'll put that in the description box. Oh yeah. So this is God has a sense of humor, proving that God has a sense of humor. So we can get rid of that. The tablets given to Moses, we all know those were made out of Xanax. Get rid of that. Look, this is my PayPal page. I have a PayPal link that I'm going to post in case you guys want to donate to PayPal and cut out the middleman. That'll be okay with me. We'll get rid of that. And we're going to go straight to Jimmy Dore's video right now. As soon as I get my PayPal link up there. And remember, the PayPal link is also at the top pinned comment. PayPal link. And we have Barry Jordan pretty much to thank for no one donating to anybody's channel, because he screwed up the people's understanding of what donations were originally for by squandering the money on worthless garbage. We do have Barry Jordan to thank for that. Absolute garbage. He spent he basically took money and didn't use it for anything that he said he was going to use it for. That's true. And since then, since that time, that $4,000, $5,000 was donated over the last 6 years to Barry, and he pissed it away on worthless items. PayPal has been reduced to basically nothing. I mean, donations. Remember, everybody used to get donations. Everybody got donations. They put on a show, they got donations. They made you laugh. They got donations. They entertained you on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. They got donations. Now, thanks to Barry Lee Jordan and his squandering of the monies that never went for anything that they were supposed to go to, no one basically gets donations anymore. Thank you. We have something to thank the great Barry Jordan for. But he will be suffering because he didn't save his donations. And now he's suffering because he doesn't have money for a lawyer. And he does need a lawyer. Now, Israel's song of Gaza, getting back to the Jimmy Dore show. Let's get that link up now. To the Jimmy Dore video so you guys can watch it. For yourselves later on. And it's also in my community post. Barry, if you're listening, and I know you're going to be listening now after I mentioned your name, let me get this, let me try to say it again to you, Barry. Okay. Barry, John Blaze pleaded with you to get off the topic of you and your adversary and to not antagonize the man anymore. John Blaze pleaded with you. Your adversary pleaded with you. I pleaded with you. Many other people told you directly, long time ago, don't put your face in videos and say derogatory stuff. We begged you. Basically, we begged you by asking you repeatedly to stop the possible incrimination of yourself in YouTube videos. This is not something I made up this morning when I woke up, Barry. You were asked repeatedly, and if you ever did really have a lawyer, which I personally don't believe, if you ever did have a lawyer, that's the first thing your lawyer is going to tell you, is to stop talking about the case. So this isn't something that the trolls on YouTube have tried to get you to do. This is something, there was a lady on your show yesterday, or a man, there was a person, a court officer, someone worked for a court in the Philippines and offered you their assistance 3 years ago. Some guy named DKC or some 3-letter initial name. He offered his wife's law firm's services to you if you wanted them, and you said, I don't need no law firm. Dude, you need a lawyer. I'm trying to help you. I've always tried to help you. And you know darn well that a lot of other people have tried to help you, Barry. This is serious stuff. You're in it deep now, dude. I mean deep. You're in it a lot deeper than you want to know. Well, think about it. You have put yourself in a bad place. By you saying, By you saying that you're not going to go to the courtroom. I don't mean to get off the Jimmy Dore subject, but Barry Jordan is a lot more important than Jimmy Dore. Barry, this is for your own good. It won't make a difference now, but your adversary said to you, if you stop talking about me, if you stop degrading me, I will consider not putting another case on you. And you don't believe it's possible. Well, it may or may not be possible. You wanted proof that he had a case. He gave you proof. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not the court. But he did say the case was accepted. That means there's a case. The next procedure will be setting up a date for an appearance in court that you will have to go to. You will be subpoenaed to go to court. You'll get a piece of paper, a subpoena to appear in court. They may, and I don't know how you're going to get there, but that's all besides the point. You have to go. If you say, I'm not going to go, then you will be arrested for not going to court. That's what a subpoena does. It summons you to court. So you have to go to court. So when you get to court, then you'll see if there's a case, there'll be a subpoena. If there's a subpoena, there's a case. I don't know what you don't understand. And if there's a case and a subpoena, you need to have legal, what they call legal. You're going to have to be represented legally. Now, you could tell the judge the first time out that you haven't attained, you haven't retained representation yet. But that'll only work just one time. But you might be from, let's say, look, you're not getting out before Christmas. I don't see it happening. I was told by a source that I believe knows the truth about this case, that the earliest court dates are in the first quarter of 2024. You're not listening, dude. I told you this once before. This is the Barry Jordan segment. I told you this, that the earliest court dates, and I got it from a source that knows about your case. And I heard that now it's already 3 weeks before Christmas recess. If you don't have a date yet, you're not going to get a date until next year. So that means you are going to make Popeye's Christmas very, very happy Christmas, because Popeye has a Christmas special that he's making special for you. So you did not listen to the guy that asked you to stop talking about him. No matter how much you don't think he can put another case on you, he can certainly do so if he wants to. Because he showed you that information this morning, November 26th. He showed that picture of you in the bar with the girl asking you for the bar money back, owed money still. I don't know if that's usable in court, but if it is, well, that would represent a possible criminal case. So that would mean you'd have to go to court to fight that case. You could bring the girl to court with you if you want. Maybe she would have to appear and say, no, sir, he did not threaten me. I don't know. I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's still in Cebu, wherever that happened. But you can't just tell the judge I didn't threaten her. I was just showing her I had a knife for protection. You can't do that. Your lawyer has to do that. And you're not even allowed to do that. So if there is a case against you because of that, or if that's possible, he can file a case. Now, if the first case, he told you, if the first case fails and he files a second case, that's a different court hearing. You are not going to stand in front of a judge and tell the judge, I didn't do that, it's artificial intelligence, somebody put those words in my mouth, it ain't going to happen. I don't know why you don't get it. So then he told you this, and what did you do? You went back on and made more videos about what he said don't do. So I'm not taking sides here, because if I was going to take a side, every time it would be the great Barry Jordan. Every time. I mean, you're the God's gift to humanity. You are the man, Barry Jordan. You're the guy who has collected $10,000 in Super Chat for alcohol and T-bone steaks and Captain Morgan and the good stuff. You collected. You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. Come on, man. People, you would ask people for $50 for a ribeye steak and a bottle of Captain Morgan, and you'd get 100. You're the man. You're number one, Barry. You're number one. I'm telling you, man. You are an outstanding. Of e-beggars, as e-beggars go, you're number one. The only difference is you squandered it away on work. Do you realize that you would have $10,000 in the bank right now if you didn't, and you would have had the money to pay off the visa fees? Dude, you come up with a different story every day. I gave up trying to keep track of your stories. All I'm telling you is that everybody said stop. Everybody. You know, you have 28 people, 40. I have 28 people watching my show. I have 21. Thank you for, and I'm there. So is your adversary and many other people. We just don't talk on the live stream because talking to you is it's like shoveling doo-doo against the tide talking to you, Barry. You don't listen. You don't listen to rational thought. You don't listen to reason. You don't listen to your lawyer. If you had a lawyer, which you don't, I don't believe you do, but if you had a lawyer, your lawyer would tell you to stop talking about your adversary. Talk about how lucky you are to be in detention. And you have your free electric, and you have free water, and you have free room and board, and your girlfriend can come over, and you still have use. And now you're playing, oh God, now you got the games playing in the background. Dude, you are abusing every privilege that they're giving you. When are you going to wake up? When? I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, Barry. You're destroying what little chance you have of getting out of detention or jail. I don't know. Nobody's talking to you like this because most of the people that have tried to help you have said this already. Last week, Philippines and Beyond told you in no uncertain terms. Jay told you in no uncertain terms. Everybody told you in no uncertain terms to not talk about the case. And you did it anyway. So what is it that you don't understand? All of the people tried to help you. They gave you money. CW gave you what, $4,000 in the last year? How much money do you think he's going to give you now? He's just throwing good money after bad, and maybe he has enough to do that. But Barry, you are hurting your own possible chances of getting out of that detention. And come Christmas, you're going to be in jail, in detention. That's going to happen. You're not walking out of there. And if you walk out of there, you're not smart enough to know what to do next. And I wouldn't explain it to you, but I don't even know if you have options. But you're going to be in jail for Christmas, for sure. And as far as abuse, nobody, and that guy Dave that's going to come and sign an affidavit for you, that's Bugs Bunny stories. That's fiction. That's never going to happen. Dave Phelps is never going to sign an affidavit for you. Get that through your head. That guy will promise that he's coming to sign something, which he did already. That guy will promise he'll be there next week. I don't know what he did with that. He will promise you a lot of things. He will never, ever, ever, ever sign anything for you. It ain't going to happen. That guy is playing you along. That's his thing. To put the carrot in front of the donkey. And that's what he's doing to you. He's never going to sign an affidavit. Because that would mean 3 things. That would mean, number one, he would have to destroy one of his days to sign that affidavit in front of a lawyer. And it would cost him money to get to your lawyer, which you don't have. He ain't going to do that. Number two, he would have to appear in court on a given day, sometime in the future, maybe the first quarter of next year. And let's just say at some point he was in the Philippines. Maybe he's in the Philippines. Because he has a propensity to lie. He's just basically the guy's a fraud and a liar. He's not going to sign the paper because that would require him to appear in court at some time in the future, which would mean he would have to come back to your island, because I don't think he lives on your island, on a given notice. And here's the problem with that. In order for him to come back, he would have to be subpoenaed to go to court, because he would have to receive a subpoena to appear in court as your witness. And then his address would be known. And he's not going to do that. I don't know why he said he's going to be your witness, but he's just stringing you along, Barry. He's never going to sign any affidavit. And even if he did, your case could come, say it came February 14th, because Popeye will probably make another video on February 14th for you, because he loves you more. You give him, and now Popeye got his upcoming Valentine's Day video called "We Love Barry Jordan, Happy Valentine's Day," blah, blah, blah. And now Dave Phelps gets summoned to court. And how does that happen? Well, the court has his legal address. He's not going to give you that, dude. He ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it. Take my word for it. He won't do it. You can believe what you want. 6 months from now, you'll see I'm telling you the truth. But let's just say he gets a subpoena to be there on February 14th. And let's say he goes to court on February 14th because he loves you. And then your adversary, his lawyer, appears in court and says we can't make the February 14th trial date, or we can't do the interview for the witness because my client is sick. I don't know. The lawyer can use any excuse he wants. It's been done to me now, so it's happened before. So you are depending on Dave Phelps, which is not dependable. You're depending that he's going to give out his legal address, which is never going to happen. You're depending on him being in the Philippines, which he may only be here on vacation, to sign the affidavit. So he signs an affidavit that he's going to be your witness. Then he has to appear in court. The court date is canceled and then rescheduled for 2 or 3 months down the line. The next time your adversary says, I can't make it today. My family had a problem. And so now, if Dave is no longer in the country, it doesn't matter. But if he's in the country, he can't be used as a witness. You are never going to get Dave Phelps to sign an affidavit for you for anything. It ain't going to happen. He just wanted his name to appear on YouTube for 15 seconds. The man has never kept his word about anything. All of the people that are on Riff Raff Radio, out of all of them, most of them never liked Dave to begin with because he was unresponsible and irresponsible. He says irresponsible stuff. He was hiding for the last 6 months that he was in the Philippines. Okay? He's not coming back to the Philippines, and if he does, he's not going to make it public that he's here, and if he does, he's not going to give the court his legal address. So you can forget Dave Phelps as a witness for you. You are being played. Nobody is going to be a witness for you. Your best bet is to stop talking about your adversary, and hopefully he doesn't give the lawyer the money to move ahead, because if he does, you're going to have to deal with a second case if it's accepted by the court. You just don't listen. That's your problem, dude. Your problem is you don't. How many people have to say it? Look at the way Philippines and beyond talked to you a week ago. He doesn't care how he talked to you. He's trying to make you listen, and you still didn't listen. I'm sure at this point he just said, I'm not going to bother anymore. Like everybody else that has tried to help you. The only person, like I said, that can help you right now is, I don't know of anybody, to be honest with you. I don't know of anybody that would even go out on a limb for you at this point. I don't understand you, Barry. You've been asked, pleaded with, begged, required, requested to stop talking about your adversary, and you don't do it. You're beyond any help. And I see my green thing there. Brennan. Oh, that's not my buddy. Okay, so we'll get to Brennan in a minute. Brennan has something to say. Let's turn this around. No one cares. That's right. No one cares. I'm the only person that tries to make... No, I'm not the only person. Everybody has tried to make... Everybody has tried to make him understand that what he's doing is bad for his case. No one cares anymore. That's for sure, Brennan. Thank you for the comment. No one cares. Now, moving on. Let's go to Jimmy. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Brennan. Okay, so, Barry, this is the most important thing that you will ever read in your life. From Brennan. This is the most important sentence on YouTube in today from anybody. Stop yapping. No one cares. Stop. He wants me to stop yapping because no one cares. That's good. Good thinking, Brennan. Good thinking. Good thinking. On to the next sub. Thanks for pulling the plug on the yapping. Thank you very nicely. Salamat. Moving back to Jimmy Dore's show. But people did care. That's the point. But no one cares. Let's see what that message is. Okay. Well, we'll say the... Okay, so if... Stop yapping. Stop yapping. Stop yapping, says... Thanks, DNC. Okay, so let's go back to the Jimmy Dore show. Now, Jimmy Dore, let's look at some of the words in this song that Israel has their children singing. It's called, the name of the song is called The Friendship Song. Okay? Now, right here are where the words start, right about here, 45 seconds into the video. It's an amazing, the words, the songs are amazing. Planes are bombing, destruction, destruction. Look at who's singing the song. A little girl. What, how old is she? 11, 12, 13 years old? Planes are bombing, destruction, destruction. This is an Israeli choir, schoolgirls, or children. I'm not sure if they're only girls or children. Let's go over here. Well, lost it here. Autumn nights fall over the beach of Gaza. Autumn nights fall over the beach of Gaza. Planes are bombing, destruction, destruction. Look, the IDF is crossing the line to annihilate the swastika bearers. Oh, the IDF moving in, destroying Gaza in the name of God, and the little girls in the choir. To annihilate the swastika bearer. Look at the devastation in the background. Oh, Jimmy Dore's pointing to the destruction of Gaza. Let's move on a little bit, and up. We don't want that. We have a commercial. Okay, next comment. To annihilate the swats in another year. This is the key element of this song. In another year. Look at the three little girls singing, in another year, there will be no one there. We will, in another year, it says there will be no one there, so I got to play the video for a minute. In another year, there will be nothing there. In another year, there will be nothing there. In another year, there will be nothing there. These are three little girls singing the song. Look at those three little girls right now. Up. Where is it? Up. Where did it go? I lost my place. There it is, the little girls. In another year, there will be no one there. The Israeli IDF is annihilating the swastika bearers. Yay, Israel. Yay. So, in another year, there will be nothing there. Look at the destruction. Destruction. And we will safely return to our homes. This is brainwashing, folks. So the little girls are saying that their homes are Gaza land. And this is the programming that you have been programmed by the great state of Israel. God's chosen people. God's chosen people. Within a year, we will annihilate everyone. Everyone. And then the song goes, the daughters out for propaganda. The twos are pumping their daughters out for propaganda. The twos. I'll eventually get that. I was the one, Michael Thomas Fazio. I gave them the twos, the defining name of the twos, because you can't say the word that rhymes with the twos, like when you're chewing tobacco, the chews. The chews just don't fly, but the twos got it all. The twos say it all. If they're twos, that means they're not number ones. And everybody knows, if you're Italian, what happens if you're number one. You all know what happens, right? When you're number one. Remember, you got to look at those movies, the old gangster movies. If you're number one, like let's just say you're the head of the Lucchese crime family, right? You're the head. You're the man. And let's say Mikey rises to the top. Mikey. So he rises to the top of the head of the Lucchese crime family, and he's number one. You think he really wants to be number one? You don't think he looks over his back every day? You know, he's number one. He's number one. Everybody wants his job. And the only way to get Mikey's job is to eliminate Mikey. That's what being number one is. That's why the twos named their self a name that rhymes with twos. Twos rhyme with the representatives for the great state of Israel. Israel. So, and if you pronounce Israel in syllable format, it's Israel. Israel. What sounds like Israel hell, but it's not. So, Jimmy Dore is a great entertainer, but he's also pretty much he tries to get the truth out without getting his channel taken down. But my friend is a Bible scholar, my friend Louis Pagan-Ponce, and he told me why God gave the Jewish people. He told me why God gave Barry, the Jewish people, privileges over all the rest of the society. He told me, my friend Louis Pagan-Ponce is a Bible scholar. So this is what, where was my page? Okay, so the twos are pimping the daughters out for propaganda, says DNC. I don't know what that means. I don't know what say the word means. You could say the word if you want. You say the word. Brennan Metzger. Brennan Metzger. That's a Jewish name. Say the word. So, the twos are safe because they're not the number ones. The number ones, if you want to be number one, then they have to eliminate number one, and then the twos are safe. That's why they named it. So, moving on from... Now, this is a great video. I mean, this video is really a great video by Jimmy Dore. I really want you to watch this video. I'm going to put the... Where is my... Details. Okay, so the great state of Israel. Let's get that back up there. And then I don't really think I have much else to talk about. So, Louis Pagan-Ponce. The reason that the Jews were chosen, God's chosen people, is so that their hearts could be hardened. That's true. And so they would go against God's will. To use the Jews as an example of what happens when you go against God's will. So the Jews were freed from Egypt and their hearts were hardened. God gave them freedom. God farted and parted the waters of the Red Sea for the Jews. God farted and the waters parted. They saw the miracle, I tell you. They saw the miracle. God, they might have even seen God's bum. Because imagine how hard God would have to fart to separate the Red Sea. It would have to be a pretty big fart, and that would mean that his bum would have to be above the porters, close enough to see the bum itself. Not that I'm calling God a bum, but his bum. They call it a bum. So, the bum would be above, the bum from above. And the bum had a part in order to part the waters. That's true. In order for the bum to blow, separate the waters, the bum to part the waters, the bum would have to have the cheeks spread wide open. You know where I'm going with that, yeah? So, the bum from above. The bum from above was parted like a Cheeto factory, and the bum passed gas, farted and parted the waters. And this is Bible by Michael Thomas Fazio. You guys have to read the Bible and see beyond. So Louis Pagan Ponce, you have to think past the words of the Bible. You can't just read the Bible. So God freed the slaves, the Jews, and they hardened their hearts, and God said, I farted for you. I parted those waters by farted for you. Okay? And you hardened your hearts. You hardened the hearts of when I parted the waters. Now you have to pay the price. And the price is to walk around in circles for 40 years. I forgot what Moses doubted God about. But Moses was supposed to be able to enter into the promised land. And because he doubted God's word, and God knew as soon as he did it. He said, you will never enter into the promised land. So God, when you harden your heart, and Barry Jordan, he hardened his heart to God, and also to what's right, just, and the American way. We're not going to go back to the Barry Jordan saga of Barry Jordan. It could be. You give us hours and hours of entertainment. Thank you very much, Barry Jordan. And now, because of you, I will say thanks for watching. And if anybody has a question, speak now or forever hold your peace. And hopefully, someone used that PayPal link. Let's see if I can find that PayPal link in my notes. Oh, I'm getting a blank screen here. Hold on. My computer is running really slow. Okay, so that one we can eliminate that one there. Let's turn this around. We'll eliminate that one. Oh, I didn't talk about the censorship on my channel. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Is that the video? No, this is the video. Here. You want to see the censorship on my channel? We'll go there right now. My channel is censored more than any other channel that I know of, but as much as several other channels. Like, there are several major channels. I'm not a major channel, but there are several major channels that, like that fella. Now, I don't watch Russell Brand. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I don't like his style of talking, how fast he talks, I don't like Russell Brand. I listened to him for about 30 seconds, one day, one time. And he had millions of subscribers. And I don't remember even what it was that he was talking about. And YouTube took his monetization away from him the same way they shadow banned my page. They can do that. They took the monetization of several people off. They remember how they banned Alex Jones and David Icke? They can do that. So here's proof. I showed you this video the other day, and let's open this up. Okay, so this video, the name of this video is Obama's advisor. Obama advisors with an S. Insane racist tirade racist tirade, caught on video multiple times. Okay, let's give this to you. Let's give this to you so you can take a look at this later on. And I also want it for my notes in my hold on a minute. I hope this works. I'm trying to get this in. Well, I'm going to show you how shadow banned my channel is with this link. So we're going to save that, and we're going to go to my live stream, and we're going to post that in the live stream. You guys can watch this. You can click on that link, I think. Let's see if we can click on the link. Let's see if it goes there. Yes, okay. Sometimes I don't get it right exactly. Okay, so I clicked on the link. Now, when you scroll down, you make a comment, I make a comment. Our comment's always at the top of the page. So here's my comment from 3 days ago. Zionist ZooTube, okay? Now, I made a comment 3 days ago, as you can see, and somebody gave me a thumbs up. I was the number 7 or the number 8 comment on the page. So I was on the page within 30 seconds of the page being published. I made this comment, and then in 3 days I got 1 thumbs up. 1. Now if I push this button, it'll turn white, proving that it is my page, or I mean that the numbers are working. Not okay. How to prove that it's my page? We can just go here, open the link in a new window, and we'll go up here, and there we go. There's my alpha male construction channel. And we don't need that. I got a lot of... Okay, so we're back here now. So I got 1 thumbs up. You talk about censorship. Now, the pinned comment, Jimmy Dore, is by Jimmy Dore. His comment had 454 views this morning when I woke up. 454 likes, including mine. My like was taken off, and it had 454, so they reduced his likes down by 320 likes. The next comment down, 3 days ago, they're all about Obama and all about the member, that's the video. The next comment down from 3 days ago, 1,300 views. The next comment, 3 days ago, 747 views. The next comment, 3 days ago, 1,400 views. 2 days ago, 150. 3 days ago, 442. 2 days ago, 162. 1,000. We'll just read the numbers. 3 days ago, 734. 167. 99. 357. 48. 1,400. 723. 736. 62. 266. You see the trend there? Every comment got 48 views was the low, 1,400 was the high. My thumbs up. I was the 7th or 8th person, got 1 view. And Jimmy Dore's likes went from 454 to 122. And they removed my thumbs up. We'll put that back, and we'll give myself a thumbs up, and we'll come back to this page in a few days. YouTube censors certain people's channels, and my channel is one of the channels that are being censored. Not because of my name, Zionist YouTube. They don't have a problem with that. They have a problem with what I told the woman that owned Google, Susan. I sent her a letter in a commentary on another channel called Red Pill. His channel got removed altogether that day. And I left Susan Witchawaki, whatever her name was, a comment on the channel that got removed for that video. His channel got completely, he had 100,000 subscribers, 25,000 subscribers, 12,000 subscribers. It was a lot of subscribers. And I just left a comment saying that I didn't think YouTube and Google were doing a good job of, I thought they were censoring people too much. And when his channel got deleted, my channel got shadow banned. And I was getting 2,000 views on a video on Hoodwinked by an Angel, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, 1,500 views. That's why I switched over to Zionist YouTube, but it didn't make a difference. Didn't make a difference. So you're not allowed to badmouth the number 2s. And I think I did that without saying their real name. So, we'll come back to this in a few. If I put up another comment, it'll go down. One of these 2 comments will disappear. You're only allowed to have 1 comment. There was 2 comments. The second comment from 3 days ago had 4 likes. 4. Number 4. Not 400. 4. But they took that off. I guess they took it off because I had so many likes. They didn't like that I got 4 likes, so they took it off. And that's what the number 2s are doing to this world. And that's why Jimmy Dore doesn't have 100 million subscribers, or 5 million. He does have 1 million subscribers, but he doesn't get the views he should. All right, so let's hold on a second. I'm going to go over here for a minute. Where am I going? Let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, I won't say that. I made notes for myself, but no. Big Pharma. Big Pharma. There's an example of the power of the 2s. How they locked down the world, and Big Pharma made, in 2 years, Big Pharma, the top 5, 6, or 7 pharmaceutical companies, in 2 years gained $23 billion worth of stock wealth. 7 companies. So they all made somewhere $3 to $4 billion, all the major companies. And they locked down the world, and now it's been said, but not proven, that the lockdowns may have been unnecessary. That's what Jimmy Dore says. Me, personally, I think the lockdowns were, of course, necessary to save the people and their well-being. You got to say that. Otherwise, you're not part of the 2s. If you're not part of the 2s, you'll get shadow banned even more. I don't know how that could happen, but I don't really want to find out either. That's what the number 2s did. Everything was, you need a mask? Of course you need a mask. It stops the germs from moving from one person to another. Because the germs are this big, and the holes in the mask are that big. That's what stops the germs. The holes are this big, and the germs can't possibly go through a hole like that, because the germs are too small to go through that big hole in the mask. That's why masks are a necessary thing to save us from passing germs from one person to the other. Mandatory masks. They should mandatory masks all the time, 24/7, worldwide, every day. So the companies that make the masks, the twos, that make the masks, make more money. Good for business. If it's good for you, it's good for a two. And of course, the use of drugs has gone up since the lockdowns. More people have had psychiatric evaluations where they believe the person should be on psychosomatic drugs because they were agitated due to the lockdown. They were weak people. Weak. W-E-A-K, not W-E-E-K. And those people have been taking more pharmaceuticals. And there was one other guy, Javier Milei. Anybody ever heard of Javier Milei? Let's take a look at this. He's now the president of something. Let's take a look at this guy. I think he's in Argentina. He's a politician, Argentinian politician, economist, and author of Who is the President-elect of Argentina. Okay, so he's the President-elect of Argentina. And he is 100% against big banks, the banks that run the world. I forgot what they're called. The banks that run the world, the economic fund, whatever. So he is 100% against the banking system of the world and how they have overrun with loans other countries, and the politicians have to bend to their will. And I'm not real sure. I've never heard of him before today, so I really don't know who he is. Not that I care, because Argentina doesn't have much to do with what I'm talking about. But he's in there. Let's get him in there. Let's put him in there. Javier. Okay, let's put him in there. Let's get the link over there, and we'll see if we get the link for you. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the link for you. Might be too long. Oh yeah, way too long. No, that'll never fit. Okay, so we could try it, but I think it's just too long. Yeah, it's 262 characters. So anyway, let's read about him a little bit. It fits on my page, but no. Okay, so he's going against the system, and what he said he's going to do he made some promises. Remember how Trump made promises and then didn't keep his promises? Remember what Trump's number one promise was? The border. We're going to secure the border. He lied about that. He never did that. But one of his top 5 or 6 promises was he's going to eliminate election fraud. He's going to get to the bottom of this. Did he ever do that? No. In fact, he almost got arrested for talking about it. Not that he shouldn't be in jail for the rest of his... He should be in jail for the rest of his life. His family should be in jail. His grandchildren, his mother, his father, cousins, everybody that ever talked to Trump since the day he got elected should be in jail forever. That's my opinion. Because did he really shut down election fraud? He said he was going to make that a priority and never talked about it again, ever. Never did he ever talk about it again until about, 3, 4, 5 weeks before the second election. And then he talked about it. There's election fraud in Indiana, and there's election fraud over there, and there's all that. He never got to the bottom of election fraud. He never kept his promise on that. He said he was going to secure the borders. He did to some degree, but he did not fulfill his promise, and he was only given $11 billion, and he needed a lot more. And you can make up any kind of excuse that you want, but here we spent $150 billion in Ukraine. Since Trump's presidency 4 years ago, we give Israel $10 billion a year, every year, $10 billion in military hardware, bombs, and cash. $10 billion a year. That's what we give Israel. They say it's $3 billion, but it's $10 billion when you add military equipment, and now especially. So we gave Israel $40 billion. We gave Ukraine $150 billion to pay their politicians, lawyers, judges, and school teachers, police and firemen to stay able to perform their jobs. But we only had $11 billion to secure the United States border. Trump should have just said, no, we're going to do this, and put every construction company, he's a contractor. He could have had the border. They said 1,300 miles of border. Well, that's nonsense. He could have knocked that off in a year. Just hire every contractor for whatever price they want. Whatever price they want. Just give it to them. Here, how much do you want? You want $10,000 a foot here. Here's all your money. Build the wall. Because now it's costing us $50 billion a year for welfare, food stamps, housing, hotel rooms, medicine, education. Probably costing us $50 billion a year for welfare from just the people that came in since he was elected. One day last week, 10,000 people crossed the border. 10,000 people. That's each person over the course of a child's lifetime. If they maintain the status quo, each border crossing will cost America $1 million during the course of that person's life. So 10,000 people coming across the border is 10,000 millions of dollars. 1,000 millions is $1 billion. So last week when 10,000 people came across the border, if they all stay in America, that's $10 billion that crossed the border in one day. And that secretary's political narrator, whatever, the press secretary for Bidet, Jean LePont, whatever her name is, she wouldn't answer the question how that was possible to happen. I saw that yesterday. So 10,000 people crossed the border in one day. Each person cost America $1 million over the course of their lifetime. That's $10 billion came across the border. That's how they're going to destroy America, by the way. That's the destruction of America. So Trump never kept his promise. Trump should be in jail forever, in my opinion. So this Javier Milei, he's made promises just like Trump. Now, he's only president-elect. In this grand scheme of things, so he hasn't been able to do anything yet, and he never will. All right, so let's go here. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of some of these pages. We don't need the flat earth calculator up there anymore. Okay. We don't need this. Oh, this is a great video. I put the link in the description box. This guy really trashed the Arabs. Well, Hattie Lamar. Repeat that, alpha male construction. So, I used to own a construction company, and I was in charge of the construction company. That's where that name came from. And I kind of like the alpha male moniker myself, but it's not exactly what it appears to be. The flat earth. Dang, missed it. I did. I talked about the flat earth sometime in the early part of the show. You don't think the earth is flat, huh? Okay, that's cool. We have a naysayer. A naysayer here. We have the naysayers. So, this guy, Javier Milei, we'll find out. Now, he said he's going to do all the things that Trump said that he was going to do. Get rid of the trash in the educational system in Argentina. Get rid of the political pundits that follow the New World Order. He said all of that. Now, I don't know that he'll do it or not. But he's somebody to look forward to. And I don't, can I get his, I got his Wikipedia page up there now. Let's put his Wikipedia page back up there again. Let's shut that down, because he's not that important. And we'll go over the curvature of the earth again. Nope, we can't get his name in there. Carlson, huh? Are you sure? Shanella Carlson. Laughing, thank you. No, so wait, I have no play. What am I supposed to agree with? That the earth is flat or the earth is round? Round. Which do you think? Shanella Carlson. Let's have a little fun here. What does Shanella Carlson say? Is the earth flat or is the earth round? Shanella. What a name that is. Trump 2024. Oh my God. I hope he goes to jail for 1 billion years. I gotta get water, Shanella. I'll be back momentarily. Momentarily, I tell you. I'm almost back. Almost. I think it makes no sense that the Earth is flat. Oh, okay. Oh, we have a naysayer here. A naysayer. The Earth is flat. But you don't have to believe me. I do have a video somewhere on the screen. I tell you what, Chanela, for you. I don't know what you're talking about, a traffic ticket, but I have a video here somewhere that I will give you if you're smart. Now, if you don't have an education, there's no reason for you to watch this video. And if you're not smart enough to Google stuff, if you don't have a computer, there's really no reason at all for you to watch this video. So I'll give you the name of the video like I always do. So this video here, 200 proofs the Earth is not a spinning ball. Okay? It's not. Okay, so I don't know what part of the video this is because it was playing in the background. But let's take this and copy that. And let's give this to you. Let's bring this over here. Chanela. Okay. All right, so here is, that's the name of the video. Now let's get the link up there for you. All right, so what you do is you can Google all of these experiments and this information, and you can Google it to see if any of it's true. No one that has ever watched these flat earth videos, no one that has ever watched the flat earth videos, that has done the research, has ever come back and said the earth is round. Nobody. It just doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen because for all of history, earth was in fact flat. The Bible says the earth is flat. All of the scientists in the world, going back way past Rome, way past the Egyptians, everybody agrees back then that the earth is flat. It wasn't round until about 500 years ago. All of the old scholars from Egypt, from Mesopotamia, the Bible says it's flat in some place in the Bible. The Quran says it's flat. The Upanishads say it's flat. But this video here, let's go back over to the video. Let's just go here. We'll grab. We'll tell you what. We'll randomly go through what's here. Okay, so let's open this up. I'm not going to play any sound. Okay, so this is, let's randomly, okay. See the rays of light here, Chanel? How they're, what happened now? You see the rays of light, how they're on an angle like that? That shouldn't happen, but that's really not the best example. Let's go to the beginning. Here, in the beginning. So, if you were going across an ocean that was curved, like this. How does water form a curve, the ocean, on a globe? How does that happen? Because there is no connected body of water in a test tube, in several lakes, ponds, pools, oceans that aren't level or trying to seek their own level. Rivers on a plain are simply doing what they always did, go down towards sea level. So this is a river here, or on this side. What happened? We'll stop the video. The river here, water is seeking its own level, and then the water gets level, and then it forms a pond or a lake, and then the same thing happens here. If the earth was round, water would have to have a curvature like this. Well, you can't see that. Okay. Water would have to curve like this on the top, and it doesn't do that. So here is the formula for the curvature of the earth. So I'll give you this link, Earth Curvature Formula, and you can do this yourself. This is how much the earth should curve for each mile, each nautical mile. Okay, so if you put in the calculator 3,500 miles across the ocean that you fly, and you calculate that, it comes out that there's 1,449 miles of earth curvature. So when a plane is flying over the ocean, it has to constantly, what they call decline. It has to constantly go down, 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 at a rate of 31 miles in a half an hour. Have you ever been on a plane and felt the plane dip down, 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 like every 45 seconds or every minute or every 2 minutes? You've never been on a plane, but as soon as that plane goes to its destination and it starts to land, you feel the plane go down. The first time that you feel the plane go down is when it arrives at its destination. But for the 3 or 4 hours to get to the Philippines or Europe, the plane flies straight and level. Every pilot knows, every good pilot, except for that guy John Blaze, he's thick-headed like you wouldn't believe. But every normal, positive, intelligent, open-minded pilot knows the earth is flat. Everybody knows this. So this is just one segment of the video. But how does water follow a curve? That's the question. It doesn't. It always seeks its own level. Uh-oh. We're getting answers here. We're getting answers. Gravity is the same. Gravity. Oh, that's a big word. That doesn't exist. But in real life, gravity is another fiction. But let's see what she said. He said. I don't know if you're a girl or a woman. Gravity is the same the entire time, which is why you don't dip down. Okay. Interesting concept, though. So, that's, well, okay. So, you did well in physics. Oh, you're asking good questions. There's no doubt about that. So, in all of history, you have the good words, but not the good knowledge. You're like the pilot, my friend, that's a pilot of a helicopter, that I send him the video, but he won't look at the video. But if he ever looked at the video and did the experiments that are in the video, mentally, of course, you would understand that the earth is flat. You know how long it took me to believe the earth was flat? About 6 hours. That's true. About 6 hours. I watched a video of like 100 proofs that the earth was flat. And I do have pilot training, and I do have a captain's license for navigation, and I do know how to operate a sextant. I do know what gyroscopes are. When it got to the part about navigating, over whether it be as a pilot or as a captain of a ship or a boat, then I realized that the earth is flat. When it comes to making railroads, they don't add any extra rails for curvature of the earth, and they would have to add several hundred feet over any long distance, because a train, they don't allow for any curvature in the earth at all, ever. The Suez Canal, I think that's the one that's 100 miles long. It's in the video, but I haven't watched the video in a while. And the Suez Canal was dug between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, whatever. We'll find out right now. The Suez Canal. All right, let's go here. Let's give you this. I remember the datum line because I remember nautical terms. So Suez, S-U-E-Z, Suez Canal map. Okay, let's go there. How long is, okay, so let's, how long Suez Canal map, all right, let's do that, okay. The map goes from the Mediterranean Sea. All right, that's the Mediterranean Sea. Hold on, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so let's read it. The Suez Canal is a waterway that links the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. It separates the continents of Africa and Asia. It cuts thousands of miles of routes around land masses that the ships would have to, it saves them thousands of miles of travel. It's in Egypt. It's 120 miles long. Okay, so that's the only information that you really need to know. Now we go to the Earth's curvature. So let's do 120 miles. Calculate that. So the Suez Canal on one side should be 1.8 miles lower, or difference of height in 120 miles. But here's the problem, what's your name again? Shanella. Here's the problem. The Suez Canal is 120 miles long, and the calculator of the Earth says that it should be 1.8 miles difference in height. But the canal itself, let's open this up, has no, there is no distance. There is no difference in the height from the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. There's no difference in the height. If there was a difference, oh, you can't see that, okay. If there was a difference between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea of 1.8 miles, well, that would make one of these bodies of water higher No, that's not the answer. It would make both of these bodies of water, both of them, it would make both of these bodies of water. This is the canal right here. In the middle of the canal, it would be half of 1.8 or 0.9 miles high in the middle here. So it would be almost 1 mile higher here than the Mediterranean Sea, and it would be almost 1 mile higher in the middle of the canal here than here. That would make it like a river in the middle, and either the water would be flowing to the Red Sea or to the Mediterranean Sea. Over the curvature of the earth. So, if this is the Red Sea here, Red Sea, this is the Red Sea over here, and this is the Mediterranean Sea over here, and there's a curvature somehow of the earth 1.8 miles, that would mean that in the middle here, it would be almost 0.9 miles, 1.8, 0.9 plus 0.9 is 1.8. It would be almost 1 mile higher. So to connect these two bodies of water, you would have had to dig a canal through a landmass across this way, 1 mile deep. 1 mile deep. But the Suez Canal is only 23 feet deep. 26 feet deep. The canal is 26 feet deep. In order to connect these two bodies of water, you would have to dig down from the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea 1 mile, because that's how much curvature there is of the earth. This is just one of the examples given in the video that I posted. 200 proofs the earth is not a spinning ball. So if you think about this, and if the curvature of the earth exists, where does it start? Does it start after 120 miles? Or 200 miles? Or 1,000 miles? But on the ocean, where do you see, you can't see curvature on the ocean. I've talked about this with many pilots. Any pilot that's going to be honest with you, thank you. And any pilot that's going to be honest with you is going to tell you that the earth is flat. They're not going to lose their job over it, though. So let's go back to this lady here. We would float up into space without gravity. Well, not exactly, but it has... Okay, so in the video, if you said you were good in physics, so you understand density, yeah? The density of water as opposed to the density of air. Did I do well in physics? I graduated with a college regents diploma. Yes, I did well in physics. I never got less than an 80 on any of my college courses. Okay, so you understand density. So if you put a ball in the water, the ball floats because the air is less dense than the ocean. If you put a ship in the water, the ship floats because the ship is less dense. Even if you put wood in the water, it's less dense than the water, so it floats. And if you put metal in the water, it's more dense than the water, it sinks. That's what gravity, your understanding of gravity is density, the density of the object. So now, if you could say that that's not true, but that is true. So if you had, for instance, if you had a jar of mercury, right? Mercury, it's a liquid, right? Theoretically, you could put a metal ball, metal, steel or iron ball on mercury. If you put a metal ball in water, it's going to sink to the bottom of the water because the metal ball is more dense than the water. If you put a metal ball in liquid mercury, the ball floats on water like a cork. The ball floats on the mercury like a cork because the metal ball is less dense than the mercury. So that's the difference between density and gravity. If you want to talk about gravity, we could talk about gravity, and we'll talk about space, because I like this subject. In the light says I'm delusional. And you can't prove otherwise. You couldn't prove anything that I just gave you an example of. Unless, of course, you're smarter than me. And that's not going to happen. Okay? If you don't understand what I said to be the truth, then that means you're not doing your research. Or you're not capable of doing research. We have people on YouTube that are not capable of doing research. We have people on YouTube that think they're part of the intellectual aspect of reality that are not intellectual at all. Any research is going to prove what I said to be true. Any research. Anything I just said about density, anything I just said about the datum line, that was cut. A datum line. Do you even know what a datum line is without Googling it? Of course you don't, because you have no engineering degree. You're not a pilot. You're not a ship's captain, that's for sure. A datum line. The datum line was cut between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea at 26 feet, not 1 mile. So you are about done on this page because you don't know what you're talking about, and I have given you your 15 minutes of fame. I would even go so far as to say that you have little or no content on your channel. So let's go to this person's channel. Little to no content is what I say. Nothing. You have nothing. You have some worthless video. Basketball, worthless. Worthless sport, worthless endeavor. Unless you're going to wager on it for wagering on sports, then that's cool. You are part of the dumbed down masses of this world for having your life YouTube channel video uploads about basketball. Your brain has been properly brainwashed to believe that is a worthwhile endeavor. And the only time basketball is a worthwhile endeavor is if you're wagering money on it and you're going to win money from it. Other than that, you're just wasting your time. And that's why you don't know engineering or what a datum line is. You, sir, are no longer allowed I will no longer read your comments, okay? Let's leave it at that. I won't block you, but your comments will no longer be read. You can argue, You can argue, though. So, you're delusional. Okay, so now getting back to the canal system, water seeks its own level. So if it wasn't dug to a mile deep, then the curvature in the middle of the Suez Canal would be 0.9 miles high. How would a ship pass over it because there's no water in the canal? In other words, if you built the canal and it had 26 feet of water in the, that's how deep the Suez Canal is. Probably a little deeper than that, but the datum line, the original datum line was 26 feet below below sea level. And then when the two canals, the two seas, the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea were connected, if one was higher than the other, then there would be no water in the canal system. The video that I gave you is full of these examples like this. So all you have to do is be a little bit smart and say, well, if the Earth is curved, where does the Earth's curve start? Well, let's just say this is 3,500 miles of ocean. Plane never dips down until it gets to its final destination. Planes don't dip down until they get to where they're going. They might dip down at that final destination or dip down in between. But the reason that they don't dip down is because the Earth is flat. But let's just say there was a storm and they wanted to go around the storm, because it's not good to fly a plane through a lightning and thunderstorm. So let's say they have two choices. They either go up, and if they're at 35,000 feet, a plane has what's called a ceiling, C-I-E-L-I-N-G, a ceiling. So the plane that you're in might have a ceiling of 38,000 feet or 40,000 feet. But to get up to 40,000 feet is going to require a big fuel consumption. So instead of going over the storm, if they only have to go 5,000 feet, they'll go down. Then the plane will dip down. In that case, if it's going down around the storm. However, it might have to dip down or go up 10,000 feet. The storm could be 10,000 feet. It has to go up 10,000 feet. That's going to require a lot of fuel. And the higher up you go to climb, each foot to go up past 35,000 feet takes more fuel than if you're at a lower altitude, because of the density of the air, the atmosphere, the density of the air. A plane at sea level has more power from its thrust because there's more, the air is more dense, but it also takes more energy to move through the dense air. So the plane has more thrust at sea level, but it takes more energy to fly through the atmosphere because the atmosphere is thick. So they go up and they find a happy medium, a certain amount of fuel to move a certain amount of distance. And airlines have found that 35,000 feet is around the right density to fuel usage ratio. That's why they fly up that high. Now, when they go higher, there's less air. There's less density. They need more fuel. So at some point, at 35,000 feet, 33,000 feet, the fuel to power to distance ratio is profitable. At 40,000 feet, it's less profitable. And at 25,000 feet, it's less profitable because it's harder to push through the air. At 40,000 feet, it has to use more fuel to push through the air. That's why they chose 35,000 feet. It's a happy medium. Okay, so I see more comments. Okay, here we are. Let's see. No hate, dude. But don't go stalk another person's channel. LOL, that doesn't make you look good. What channel did I stalk, Dr. Bubonic? What channel did I stalk exactly? Tell me what channel I stalked. I'm not going to block you or anything like that, but tell me what channel I stalked. And you made a foolish statement, so let's see you back it up. But show me. You're here, right? Because I just read your comment. Who am I stalking? Eric DeBay? I'm asking you a real question. Let's see who I'm stalking. So far, no answer. Eric and I have had several conversations. I'm not stalking Eric's channel. Eric and I agree on a great many things. Okay, so I'm not stalking his channel. So, but moving past that, he will allow people to use anything that's on his channel. I just happen to know all of this stuff from pilot training and my captain's license. And I will show you my captain's license. That's no problem. Where is my captain's license? Oh, here it is, right here. So, do I have a captain's license? Yes, I do. Did I have a pilot's license? Yes, I did. Okay, but I don't have... That was back in the 80s. Okay. Where is my captain? My captain's license is in a different place. I think. Yeah. That's in a completely different place. I had it a few weeks ago. I must have put it... I have a couple of places that I put stuff. It's not accessible right now. Nor do I really have to prove it to you, but because you still haven't told me. I stalked Light's channel. That guy. Yeah, I did go to his channel. You're right about that. You're right about that. I went to his channel. Oh boy, my bad. So, well, when someone leaves a comment on my page, I go there and I find out what's on their mind. So in his case, basketball. Now look, I'm not against sports. I just think that sports is a completely, it's a great pastime, better than sitcoms, that's for sure. But I don't watch sitcoms, I don't watch sports. I don't watch television since birth. Since I moved out when I was about 19. Never watched television. I haven't even seen all of Archie Bunker, All in the Family. I haven't seen those. I haven't seen Barney Miller. I haven't seen any of that stuff. I look at these shows. I've never watched 90210, whatever that is. Never. Will I ever watch one either? I might watch Archie Bunker because what he says is all true. but mostly I don't watch. So let's move back to the comments. In the Lights channel, sorry if I sounded, are you in the light? If he wants to leave a comment saying that I don't know, that I'm delusional, let's find out what his education is. His education is Zippo. His education is 3 basketball games. Go look at the content I have on my channel. Go look at it. Well, let's go together. I have what is called an eclectic content channel. I have content up about construction, flying, ultralights, captaining boats, captaining barges, I run cranes, tugboats, bobcats, backhoes. I own my own barges and crane service. I own my own boats. I own race boats, my own race cars. I have the ability to know what I'm talking about, and so do many other people. But in the light, he knows about basketball. What does basketball have to do with physics? What does basketball have to do with calculating the curvature of the earth? Nothing, other than the fact that he believes the earth is round and the basketballs are round. Those are the only two. The only thing he has the right to talk about is how round is a basketball. Anyway, moving on. He's got a great basketball channel. He's got 3 basketball videos. So I should take my knowledge, I should take the information from somebody that has 3 basketball videos, when instead I have 11 federal and state licenses that I got from passing 11 federal and state tests. But he knows about basketball. All right, then. I think I'm done here. Chanela will say goodnight. Dr. Bubonic. No, you. I wonder who you are. Let's go to your channel. Dr. Bubonic. Dr. Bubonic, let's go to your channel. I'm stalking you. You have 20 subscribers and no content. Oh, my God. Look. Dr. Bubonic. I like the name. I even like the logo. You remind me of the penguin off of Batman. And you have 20. You know what I'm going to do here? For you, I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Dr. Bubonic. I am number 21, baby. Oh, what a great channel he got. Love his name. Love his icon. And now I am a member of the Dr. Bubonic channel that has no videos, no content. This channel has no content. Stupidity is a plague. Whoa. I like that. Yeah, I would have subscribed just if I saw that alone. Stupidity is a plague. So now, if you condemn my trolling of another channel or my stalking of another channel, you will say that you can say now, I have a stupid guy on my channel. Stupid alpha male Zionist YouTube channel. He's stupid. And if I'm stupid and I'm following your channel, I must be stupid. I must be stupid to follow a channel that has stupid people on the channel. Okay, good that you have a sense of humor. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I don't stalk people's channel. I thought you meant Eric Dubay. Eric Dubay and I have had, maybe in the last 6 years, we've probably had 3 intelligent correspondents, which is enough, you know, and most of it was about, 2/3 of it was about the flat earth, where when I left a comment on his page, I gave him the information of who I was and what my qualifications were, twice. And one comment was about the pictures or pictographs on the dollar bill. Excuse me, I burped on camera. So one of them, and then he responded back, thank you. Because he didn't use any of my content. I told him you can use it. I even gave him videos that if he wanted to, he could use it. But he did make a video after that about the dollar bill, about the pictographs on the dollar bill, and about some of the hidden thought processes behind the pictures on money in general, but also the dollar bill. But he didn't use the content I gave him, which he was welcome to do. So, but stalking him? No, I thought that's what you were talking about. So, if you have anything else you want to ask or talk about, feel free to do so. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. You got good English, bad grammar. You got good, bad English grammar. That's about as good as bad English grammar gets. I ain't got nothing. Thanks, kind sir. You got the best bad English grammar. You're number one, baby. And you know what happens when you're number one. Okay, I'm done. Well, I think I'll have a minute. I think I'll wash my glasses. To my friend, Red Horse Adventure, I just want you to know these glasses, although I fixed my other glasses, by the way, they broke again. Oh yeah, that's much better. I fixed these glasses. These are not... Where are my good glasses? My good, bad glasses. Anyway, these glasses you sent me, this is not them. These are my good, bad glasses. My bad, good glasses. Red Horse. So these glasses, this is the first pair, and that I put the ribbon on, and the spandex thing in the back. These lasted a lot longer than I thought they would. That's going on 5 or 6 weeks now, and they didn't break, and I didn't break them. I didn't break them. They could sit on my desk for 100 years, they wouldn't break. So, Red Horse Adventure, thank you. From the South. Ah. I lived in Florida for a while. I even spent time in Little Rock, Arkansas. I spent a day there. I drove through Alabama somehow, but I don't remember it. But I spent the day under those beautiful trees in Little Rock, Arkansas. I went to see where President Clinton came from. This was in the 90s. They have those trees with the moss hanging off the tree. That was about... And then I also spent several weeks in that place that they pick cotton. I was bringing a barge from New York to Florida, and part of the trip I had to go through a state where they pick cotton. I don't remember what state it was. And I saw the old cotton warehouses along the canal system that I was on. No cotton picking along the canal system, but the warehouses had all been converted into houses, rental places, and restaurants. and I did eat in one of those restaurants. So I guess I could say I was in the South. And I forgot what the name of that. Where the hell do they pick up? Come from the land of cotton. It was from when they made that song. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. The land of cotton. Dixie, Alabama. Maybe that might have been it. I don't know if that was it. What's the name of that state? Dixie. Is that the name? That's not the name of the state. Well, wherever the cotton was picked, I was in that state. Now, oh, you know what? It was not when I was on the barge. Maybe it was. I forget. I toured America in a car, a van, and I toured America. Well, I went through 1,700 miles of waterways with a barge. The land of cotton. When did I see that? Well, I did see the cotton plantations. Maybe it was when I was in the van. That would go back almost 30 years. Hard to remember every detail. Yeah, I've seen these. The cotton plants. Well, they have those in every state anyway. The milkweed. We had those in New York City when I was a kid. Dixieland. Where is Dixieland? Southern United States. Let's see. Does the let's see. Let's do it like this from the south. Let's do this. If does the intercoastal All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Where was that thing? Dixieland. Dixieland. Okay, let's... Where was that? Oh, man. Does D-O-E enter. All right, let's just take a look. Okay, so this is the missing Dixieland. But what is the state Dixieland? The Intercoastal Waterway, which is what I traveled on from New York City to Miami, the end of the Intercoastal. Well, almost the end. The Intercoastal Waterway is a 3,000-mile inland waterway along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts of Mexico. Runs from Boston, Massachusetts, southward to the southern tip of Florida. Sections of the waterway consist of inlets, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Intercoastal Waterway map. I haven't looked at this in many, many years. Map. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, I did. I went through the south. I went through where Dixieland would be. I don't remember the name of the town, though. Okay, so it goes through, yeah, Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, North Carolina, South Carolina, Brunswick, Savannah District. Yeah, they had cotton farms. In one of these places along the Intercoastal, there was the warehouses, and this Intercoastal Waterway was how they transported the cotton. Yeah, I've been there. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. And I traveled from much above this. I traveled from up here, way above where this is, up here, somewhere in New York, all the way to Miami, Florida, right here. It was 1,700 miles by myself on a barge. To sell it to a guy that lived in the ocean over here somewhere. Somewhere over here. To Cat Island in the Bahamas. Cat Island. CATISLAND, Bahamas. Cat Island, Bahamas. Map. Yeah, so I'm going to listen to a guy that has 3 videos of basketball up. Okay, so so where is Cat Island? I wonder if we could see. So Cat Island is right here. Okay? Miami is way over to the left. This is the Bahamas. And now we got to come over to Miami. Over here. So I brought that barge from New York to Miami. And then I made a left when I got to Miami. Past the Bahamas. Because Cat Island is past the Bahamas. quite a distance, another 150, 200 miles to Cat Island, right here. So Cat Island has the barge was sold to Nicholas Cripps. And this is Cat Island. Okay, so now let's look for Orange Creek Marine. Orange, O-R-A-N-G, Creek, Marine, Marina. Orange Creek, Marine, Cat Island. That was the name of the marina I sold the barge to. Okay, so here it is right here. And there it is in the map. Okay. I just saw it. Yep. This was one beautiful place. Had I not bought a house in America, had I not wanted to live in Florida and was under contract to buy a house in Florida Keys, I might have moved here. I don't see the marina. I don't know. Maybe he changed the name of it. We could look up Nicholas Cripps. Nicholas, N-I-C-K-O-L-U-S, Cripps. It was with a K though. K-R-I-P-P-S. Nicholas Cripps. Bahamas. Let's try that. This is it. No. Wow, I don't even remember. What the guy looked like. Gave me a lot of money too. Okay, so Cat Island, it's a rarity in the Bahamas. Nick Cripps, right there, baby. I guess it was spelled with a C, not a K. And I lived in his house for about a month. He's got a house on top of a hill. Yeah, there's his wife. That's Nick. Okay, so he's got a wife on the top of the hill that you can see. It's a white house. You could see it for miles. Miles and miles. You could see it from like 30 or 40 miles away. And he had all natural rainwater and solar power back in 1999 when I met him. Rainwater catchment. Lived on solar power and rainwater. Everything that he had was natural. I don't know that they'll show you his house. So I could have lived there too, but I wanted to live in Florida Keys, and that's where I moved to. So this fella here, the hilltop, top of the hill is their residence. That's where I lived for 1 month. And I lived in his house with his wife. He did not have any children at the time. So let's see if he talks about the marina. And he owned most of the land on that mountain. So I'm not real sure where the marina was, but it was in a place called Orange Creek. So this is the fella, Nick Cripps, from Cat Island. All right, so Edwin Pentagon, 50 Anyway, that I helped him get his marina. He bought my barge to build the marina. And I kept in touch with him for a few years, and then, just like everybody else, when you move far away, you don't keep in touch with them. Okay, then. We're done. I'm done. My live stream is well over 3 hours now. So I'll say thanks for stopping by. Emmet. Hello, Emmet. I'm done. So anyway, that was where I've been to this place. What a beautiful place. They have a little place on this island, a church. Not a church, a castle. I swear to God, it's a castle. And it's one of those optical illusions. The castle is an optical illusion. So you drive to a certain point on the island and you walk up a path. And they stop you. Nick and his foreman stopped me. He says, okay, look up. And you look up. And you look up. And you're looking at a castle. I mean, it may as well be a castle with moats and drawbridges and people and horses and stables, and has a tower, has castle walls around it. And you look up and that's what it looks like a life-size castle, like, big, like 50 feet high. And you're looking up at the top of the mountain. It looks real. And you get up there. There's a bell tower, a belfry in the tower. And you get up to the top of the tower. You get up to the castle, and the castle is only 18 feet high. And you go in, and you walk up a spiral staircase to the top of the castle, to the lookout. And it's an optical illusion. But if you were where they stop you to look up, you would just simply say that's a real castle. They built a castle like this in the middle of nowhere on a mountain. But the whole place is only 25 feet high. Let's look for it. Let's look for the castle. The Cat Island Castle. I don't know how to word it to look for the castle, but we could try. There it is. There it is. Well, anyway, that's it. It doesn't show you the castle, though, even though I clicked it. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so when you look up at this castle from where the car path ends, it looks like a castle. And you walk in this door here, and there's like 8 or 10 steps, and you stand up here. Nick Cripps, the foreman, and myself, we stood in this tower. There's no room. This tower is only about 8 feet wide. But from down below, it looks like it's a castle. It's an amazing visual phenomena. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there and done that. Been there, done that. That was a long time ago. That was 1999. 2009, 2000. That was 25 years ago. I don't think there's a lot of people that have been inside the Cat Island Castle. I'll put that in my video. Hello, coffee house. I don't know what's going on here. Get rid of this video. I'm trying to clear up the screen at the top there. Okay, so coffee, hello, good afternoon. Coffee house. Hey, if you guys came in here, with all the people that came and left, I only have 10 thumbs up. It's an amazing thing. It's that hard to push the button, huh? Okay, so let's get this link in there. Castle on Cat Island. Okay, we're done. Thanks for stopping by. I'm done with this for today. I think I'll read some stuff later on. Let's see, where are we? First is rarity. Some of the places that I have been. I've been to every town on the intercoastal, that's for sure. Been to Cat Island. And I have pictures of that place as well. All right, then, we're done. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. And, of course, Amping Parmi, which means take care always from the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I want to check my mail. Yeah, I'm going to start reading less and less people's comments. I don't, because it extends the show sometimes an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't really need to do that. So if you come on my page and I ignore your comment, you can see how few people comment on my page. Because if you're not putting an intelligent, I'll read the intelligent comments, but you come on my channel and troll me, you're going to have to explain why, or you're going to get blocked. Thanks for watching. Amping Parmi from the Philippines, baby. That's right. And of course, again, it's raining here in the Philippines. It is raining once again. Been raining for about a week now. The whole weather. B-O-H-O-L weather. Pang Lao. $87 degrees. And rain, baby. Every day, rain. Rain, rain, rain. Rain Monday. Raining now. Rain Tuesday. Rain Wednesday. Rain Thursday. Rain Friday. Rain Saturday. Rain Sunday. Rain Monday. And we've had rain for the last 5 days as well. Not all day, but most of the day. Rains, we're in the rainy season.